So no amendment is absolute. Let's talk about that for a minute. This is the words straight out of Joe Biden's mouth. Now, yes, I know I'm late on talking about this subject, but I thought it was it would have been poor taste on my part to discuss this subject on the day of, due to events that happened here in my home state of Texas. Now, for those in the back who are not aware or don't know what I'm talking about when Joe Biden unveiled his gun control plan for America. His plan to help stop gun violence in this country. Now, I could sit here all day and try to tell and debate till I'm blue in the face how it has nothing to do with controlling guns. It has everything to do with controlling the people, the populace of this country, but people just don't seem to care. Now, okay, except for those on the right. Those on the right do care, but they only seem to be pointing out, outside of independent guys, what his gun control plan is. They're not listening. They're not pointing out the language he's using. Joe Biden is not talking like a president. He's talking like a king. 4 years of people making complaints that Trump was acting like a king, he's not acting like a president. Well, what's Joe Biden doing? When he says no amendment is absolute, he means your rights can be thrown out and rewritten to fit the agenda. That is exactly what he means. That is exactly what it means. That means under Joe Biden's logic, he could override your First Amendment right and tell you if, when, and where you can worship, who you can worship. Would you finally open your ears and listen then? Or what about see where we're at here? Okay, what about your Fifth Amendment right? Where you can just simply say, I plead the Fifth, and you don't have to answer any questions to law enforcement. Okay. Under his logic, that right can be overridden, and you would have to then, no choice, but to answer questions from law enforcement or go to jail. That's under his logic. That's what he means. More of my personal favorite part here. Where's that? Be deprived of life, liberty, property without due process. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. I'm going to keep that in mind next time they talk about a gun buyback program. It's total ridiculousness. Now, if no amendment is absolute under Joe Biden's logic, then let me point something out to you. If under his logic, if no amendment is absolute, then neither is the 14th Amendment. Before somebody's shutting now, put your pitchforks away. Give me a second. Let me explain. Yes, I know. 14th Amendment means it pertains to, it's what ended slavery in the United States. It's what made it illegal in the United States. And it needed to happen. I will say that. Slavery in this nation should have never happened. It says in our Constitution, all men are created equal. Not all white men. All men are created equal. So there. I'll give you that. But that's not the section I want to talk about. The section I want to talk about, under Joe Biden's logic that no amendment is absolute, Section 3, Amendment 14. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elected for president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who, having previously taken oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of the state legislature or as an executive judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may be by a vote of 2/3 of each house remove such disability. So, the whole narrative that you needed to impeach Donald Trump for inciting an insurrection, under his logic and his language, is null and void. Now, I want everybody who supports his gun control idea and his idea that no amendment is absolute, because if you think they'll only attack the Second Amendment, they won't come for the rest, I would love to know what medication you're on. It must be nice living in denial, because once the Second Amendment is gone, he'll come for the First. They're already trying to come for the First Amendment by using phrases such as hate speech. Anything they don't agree with is labeled hate speech, and it's gone. If you say anything that they don't agree with, it's gone. Now, so just something to remember. When the Second Amendment is gone, and slowly and surely all your rights have eroded away, remember, don't complain. It's what you voted for.